Alright, last round. We've got the choice. We'll play first. Ooh. Well, this is one of the more interesting hands I've seen. I guess since we have all white spells, I might as well keep it. A morph into High Sentinels seems like a game-winning strategy. Smite the Monstrous for when things get really hairy. Overall, it was a pretty lousy hand, I guess. The Venerable Lamassu is pretty bad. On the opener, it's a fine card in the late game, or like it was in the last game. Ooh, well, that was a nice draw. So I guess now we get to go morph into High Sentinels and have Smite available to us? That's not bad. Or Shrieker, you say? I see. I think I would just rather play High Sentinels. Alright. Not the most exciting draw, but maybe we can get our raid online. I think the unfortunate thing is War Shrieker doesn't help too much on getting your sandbars in play. A little non-bowish. Maybe we'll get a morph off the top. You never know. All right. Interesting. Costs 4 to pump. Well, all right. Guess we go ahead and slam in with our High Sentinels. And then we'll do War Shriek. This is just weird. War Shrieker. Oh yeah, that's right. Our mana base. Our mana base is something. Look at that little wetland sandbar. Thank you, War Shrieker, for paying for the colorless mana on that. Very, very much appreciate that. I guess I could have just pumped something. Maybe that would have been better. Maybe just pump my High Sentinels, to be honest. That might have actually, honestly, that might have actually been better. War Shrieker, pump my Sentinels. It can pump itself, right? Yeah. No, I should have pumped the War Shrieker, because then my guy gets bigger anyway. So that would have been better. But that's okay. Not a huge deal either way. But it would have been a better play. Yeah, in retrospect, having a 4/4 would have been much better. Guess we can crash in with our team though, which is kind of nice. Yeah, let's do that. Then I'll follow up with a morph. See how he blocks. That's how he's blocking, really? Well, in that case, we're going to pump instead of morph in the Weapon Master. Now if he cracks in with an Abzan Guide, we've got Smite, so that keeps him busy for a turn too. gotta be an Abzan guide. I have a feeling the other one is one too. Ooh, well, Crippling Chill does help. Let's, yeah, we'll bash in. We'll Crippling Chill his Abzan guide. We could just Crippling Chill now. Potentially draw a land, and that way we can either morph or that's it, just morph. Alright, now let's bash in for 10. I guess I have to be worried about Feat of Resistance, maybe. I think I'm going to play around Feat of Resistance. Knowing my luck in this format, I think this is safer. Alright, well, it's pretty reasonable, I guess. This way he's not gaining life unless he unmorphs this and it's another Abzan guide, and then if it is, we're still pretty good. We take 6, we go to 7, he goes to 12. We hard cast this if we draw a land for lethal, maybe? Or we smite it? Smite one of them, maybe? It's pretty good. Alright, well, we got lethal with a land. No land. I have Mind Swipe up, plus Crippling Chill and Smite. Well, I guess we just bash with High Sentinels then. I'll leave up Mind Swipe though. Guess I can bash with both of these, lock that down. That just forces him to block though, and then he can crack back the Abzan guide. I like that less. Let's just bash in for 4, I guess. I played around Feat of Resistance before. Do I really want to do it again? If I can get a land here, I can play the Weapon Master. And that's hoping that's not an Abzan guide, because if it is, I'm in a bit of trouble. I'm going to pass this time because of the Mind Swipe, mostly. Alright. Combat. It's Crippling Chill the Lifelinker. I think we're going to chump block the 5/3 regen and take the Armament Core. All right. So that was a pretty. That was a close one. It was a really close game. So Abzan, we don't know what this morph. Wait, do we know what this morph is? Aren't they supposed to reveal at the end of the... Oh, it was a Bondkin. Okay. I have to remember to do that. Someone reminded me in the comments, and I keep forgetting. And thank you guys for the knowledge on morph in the comments. That was some great input of the old days of Onslaught. So people would morph in their lands and sort of trick their opponents, and that's why you have to reveal morph at the end of the game, which does make sense. Very legit. Good looking Abzan deck from our opponent. He must be really sad. Just based on the cards I've seen, he must be really sad he lost one of his matches, I'm sure, because this deck has been not only excellent, excellent fixing, it's just been nonstop excellent cards. I guess Malting Snakeskin's debatable, but you put that on a Abzan guide and they're in big trouble. Armament Core Abzan guide are fantastic. Disowned Ancestor buys time. Debilitating Injury is excellent. I guess Bondkin's a little bit lackluster, but still perfectly fine and playable. We just basically capitalized with a good rare. Do we have a sideboard against this deck? Salt Road Patrol actually does block the Lifelinkers reasonably well, but because he's got the Armament Core and the Bondkin, I'm much less attracted to that one. Let's just do it again. Yeah, this hand's fine. We need lands, but we're running 18. We're on the draw, so I would hope that we can get it. All right. Couple morph options. I think we go for the Flock first. But then again, maybe I'd prefer him to eat the Weapon Master with an injury since we don't have a red source yet. And Flock sort of absorbs damage better, buying us time in the late game. Uh-oh. So he's off to the races. That's a pretty good start. Let's see if we can't come up with something here. Well, let's do the Stalker. Well, let's do the Weapon Master first. That way, if he's got the debilitating injury, takes care of the creature that we care the least about right now. I think I care more about Glacial Stalker, mostly because it doesn't require a red source. And I don't think I want to do the Flock yet, either. Well, got a block, obviously. Oh, man. All right. Well, we're getting annihilated. Guess I should have done the High Sentinels, but if he has removal like debilitating injury, I guess I'd rather him use it here. Next turn I'll do the High Sentinels. I guess if he'd had to... Well, no, he would have been motivated to do the Dragon Scale Boon for sure. Jeez. All right, he's not missing a beat here. So now I can't really do, well, I guess I can do High Sentinels, can't I? All right, we'll do the High Sentinels. So this puts us in a tricky spot, but if he doesn't have removal, then I think we're okay. We get to block his Saddle Brute and kind of holds back the rest of his army, ideally, as long as he doesn't have Dragon Scale Boon, Awaken the thing, a million other removal spells. Hmm. Um, what? That's what his hand was? Okay. So how dead am I? Pretty dead? Have to jump here, do I don't die, and then I take 7, 12? He's left with more board than you could possibly imagine. I take 12, go to 1. Well, I think I'm just dead. I'm just going to take it. I think I'm just dead. So apparently my opponent's hyper aggressive. You wouldn't have guessed based on game 1. But, so we're dead now because there's no reason to show him smite. So I think we just lose disgracefully here. Can't do anything. I can't smite because then I die. Can't do this guy because then I just chump block and die. Yeah, we're extremely dead. That was a pretty amazing hand from our opponent. Let's hope he doesn't do that in game 3. Or it's going to be a really sad day for me. Alright, so do I have something to do against insane turn progressions? Maybe the Singing Bell Strike, I guess, because apparently our opponent's aggressive. I kind of like that. Alright, let's dump maybe the Mind Swipe, because it looked really bad there. But it's a pretty good finisher. Everything else looks better. Let's get rid of the Mind Swipe. If he's that quick, I don't think Mind Swipe's going to save the day. Alright, let's try this again. We'll play first. And I'll keep this. I'm just going to hope I can draw a land. If I can't, then I'll lose. Whatever. Very nice. I'd like for this to not get injured, but so be it if it does. All right. Well, this is actually okay. So let me think about what I can do. Unmorph this for 2. That gives me 3 mana. Then I can tap 2 more. 5 mana. 5 mana doesn't let me do all too much. I can also Scaldkin. I can Weapon Master. Wait a second. So I play. Okay, flip this up. Maybe I have 6 mana? Flip this up. That's cost me 2. I get 3 more. And then I can ramp for 1. So that's 4, 5, 6 mana. Yeah. All right. Well, then I guess Weapon Master. Alright, let's do that. Add 3, 4, 5, 6. Weapon Master, Hardcast, Pump, Sandbar, Swing for 5, Pass. Alright. So now we're 1 mana short from the Lamassu, which is sweet. So I think we just bash with Weapon Master, since I want to be able to reliably cast my 7-drop next turn if I can draw land. I could also just play the Skaldkin though, but I guess I'm kind of feeling the Weave Fate. Is that wrong? Skaldkin's a little more pressure. Really motivates him to want to unmorph that as soon as possible. But then again, I need some removal. Could be Abzan Guide that would gain him 4 life. Let's Weave Fate here. That's actually kind of nice. Just in case it's life gain. All right. Ooh, it's actually kind of nice. All right, let's swing and keep the smite up. I got a feeling that's a life linker over there. And if it's not, then this thing is still definitely applying adequate pressure. All right, I'm going to hope that's the Bondkin. So we're going to smite his core. And tap. Ooh. It's a nice draw. All right, let's get in for 4. And I'll drop the High Sentinels. Yeah, it's pretty rough. Okay, so I can morph flock. No, I can't. I need to leave this mana up so I can pump my weapon master. 3, 6, 9, 12, 4, 8, 12, 16. The clock does change. My plan was sort of clandestinely pump my weapon master, but the issue with that is my clock gets worse. So I think I just pump my weapon master, hope he doesn't have a removal or pump. Ugh. So if he has Dragon Scale Boon, it's pretty bad. But I'm thinking, does he not know about the first strike? See, this is this part sucks because I don't know if he doesn't know that this has first strike or if he for sure has a Dragon Scale Boon or if he's just faking it because he's gonna lose without a Dragon Scale Boon. Ugh, ugh, such a tough spot. Problem is, I don't see what taking 7 here does for me. I think we just got to commit. How do I undo something? Not much to say. I'm sorry I'm not commentating much. It's really not much to say anymore. It's all pretty self-explanatory. Um, Guess I keep them both back and then double pump my high sentinels, chump block the Abzan guide. All right. So now we morph this and pump up high sentinels again. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you for the next draft.